I'm Nancy Valentine Smith, and I am a medicine woman of the earth and of the stars. The energies that we are in right now have gone to another level. Very strong, very full on many levels. The energies we are experiencing is the energies of massive transmutation. And I know that I use this word quite a bit, but I think it's the best word that I can use to describe what we're continuously in. Don't be disheartened at this time, because I know that the energies that are coming through are full on, and it is impacting our physical body and our energy. The exhaustion has gone to a different level. It is quite strong. So as it comes in, we are at times being thrown into these parts, these sections of our evolution, our growing at the moment, that feels really hard. Now, there are many things contributing to the way we are feeling. Many things on the external reality, in the stars, and within us. So we are entering into a very sacred space within us. And so what's occurring is the parts and the aspects of our being that are really wedged in the old consciousness is being pulled up, and it's quite intense, because these old consciousness are really wedged in our being. And so as it's being dislodged, as it's being pulled up at this time, we are definitely feeling it quite strongly. That's just one aspect of what's going on. So on another level, while this is happening, we are also feeling the collective shifting that is happening now. And I call this time the deep movement through the dreaming passages. So the collective dreaming, and it's a dreaming, a over dominating consciousness that's been in the collective, is really being undone at the moment. And so we are feeling this. We are feeling this around the head centers, around our head area. We are feeling the fatigue and the exhaustion, like I said, that's gone to another level. Everything that we're feeling physically is because of these energies that are being activated. And like I've said, it is coming from many different aspects. In the external, in the inner realms of our being, in our timeline, and many timelines. So it's like there are many realities, many consciousness that are bumping into each other within us and around us. And so this causes this massive discomfort and really feeling out of whack. Do not get disheartened. Please do not get disheartened, because these energies we're in are intense. Remember, I spoke about in one of the posts that in between these star placements and the full moon will go through a transitory time. It's, quite strong transition experiences. So this is one of those times that we are in. So it's important to recognize that anything that we are still subscribing to in an old way. Old patterns, old programs are going to become increasingly uncomfortable. So what you're feeling with a lot of the physical feelings, manifestations that are occurring is connected to that old energy that we still subscribe to in the aspect, the area around fear. And also what is moving out is any beliefs, any behaviors, any ways that we are that still keep us held in being in lack or being small or not wanting to be seen. And that gets played out in so many ways. In our relationships, in our connections, especially to do with our family. That's what's coming up at the moment, a lot of family dynamics. And these family dynamics is occurring is that within our families, we connect, we behave, we move in a certain way that is pleasing to family dynamics, to that tribal dynamics of our family or our community that's been established. Now, a lot of those dynamics has its foundations in survival, has its foundations around fear, in around how do I put this? In around certain structures that keep certain ways of being and certain protocols of not getting too big for your boots, of, behaving, all this stuff that we learnt and experienced as kids, okay? This is part of that family dynamics. Now, what's coming up deep within us is that energy cannot be held anymore. So part of what we're feeling is a discomfort of that old program now being dislodged. Okay, this is around the dynamics around family, whether you see your family or not, because it's within you, those patterns. On another level, there is a lot going on the external. And I'm talking about the external in the stars and in the earth. There is a lot of movement as the collective dreaming is now about to shift, about to move. And as this occurs, we are feeling this around our head centers. So because there is a lot of energy happening around our crown, our pineal glands, the third eye, around our throat. So it's like the axis of our being is now moving into a new position. And this can throw us off. Not only throw us off energetically, but throw us off in our thoughts, our beliefs, our processes, our perceptions on how we see things. Please remember that if your thoughts and your being goes into fear, it causes the heaviness and the density to be felt quite strongly. It's okay if you suddenly feel the fear or these thoughts come up. I'm saying it's okay, but don't indulge in it. And indulging in it, what I mean by the word indulging, is don't give it a space to have a conversation with it. Just know, always know this, that the stuff, the programs around the old consciousness, survival, it's in your base center, it's in your sacral center, and aspects of your solar plexus. We're in this time where so much of the stories are being dislodged. At the moment, because of that movement, that is affecting also movement around our heart center. And how it's affecting our heart centers, which is actually quite wonderful, is that there is a release going on. And that release is the release of the energetics of restriction, the energetics of control, wherever that comes from, whether that's from your genetics, your family, from beliefs, your childhood, that's being released. There's movement around the heart center. And as that movement continues, it also influences. It influences the upper energy centers, because all of this is being directed by those lower energy centers. Now, at this time, right now, with these energies that are coming through, there could be feelings that you are having that you feel not defeated. You might think you're feeling defeated or you feel that energy, but it's not. I want you to look at it and shift that energy into trust, into allowing, and into surrendering. Now, surrendering is a powerful presence of grace. It's part of the grace team. And surrendering is letting go. I don't have the answers. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure about where I'm going. I'm feeling overwhelmed, but I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let go of needing to know and be present in the moment, in the stillness, in just the I don't know. That is a very simple, basic way of moving into the energy of surrendering. Because when you start moving into that of, I don't know, but it's okay. I don't have the answer, and it's okay. What happens when you move into that energy, you start connecting and allowing for the divine, for your soul, your higher self, for divine source to start coming in. And right now, with these energies that are coming through, this is a time to do that. Because it's so intense. We're in this intensity that the remedy, the polarity, we'll use that word for now, that polarity of these energies is to move into the light, is to move into that trust and that beingness, because we're feeling the intensity, we're feeling the heaviness, we're feeling not being sure. So when you move into that opposite space, just energy of just being, what you start doing is you start activating a natural energetic flow through your system, because your energy centers are clearing out the archives. And right now, the part of the archives it's clearing out is establish programs and patterns that were taught to us when we were in our childhood, that's been handed down. And a lot of what we were taught has been handed down. And what's been handed down is the consciousness of wounds, of traumas that we didn't know, that our parents didn't know, and grandparents and so on. It just was handed down because it was steeped in the energy of survival, which is the base, sacral, and aspects of the solar plexus. So right now, that's being cleared. I mentioned other aspects that are affecting us. And one of those is the external energies, which is also aligned to our inner realm within us, and what's happening in the ethers and what's happening in the astral. There is a lot of movement in these realms, clearing out certain vibrations and energies. Please be aware that children are feeling these energies quite strongly at the moment. It is affecting their sleep. It is affecting their dreams. It's affecting all of our dreams. But be aware that if children are suddenly feeling a little bit more scared, are having nightmares, are just feeling uncomfortable about the dark or going to sleep, feeling overwhelmed in their body, it's their version of what they're feeling. And this is connected to the movement in the astral and in the energy field around us. So what I'm trying to say, there is movement, and this happens, by the way, this happens on and off at the moment. And like I said, it will happen in different ways, in different energies. So right now, we have another bout of movement happening in the astral realm. And part of this movement in the astral realm is connected to the star realms. So there's a lot of unusual dreams to do with also, how do I put this? To do with interesting star frequencies, otherworldly consciousness or beings. Okay, it's because of this movement that I just mentioned about the different realities, the different timelines, different realms bumping into each other. So as they bump into each other, it causes a bit of a destabilization. Because of the collective energies that we are feeling, there is a lot of destabilization occurring. And this is also part of that collision we are experiencing within us and around us. So for many of you that are aware of what's going on, aware of the light vibrations, energies of the evolution and ascension, for many of you are light workers, and you're aware of this. You're aware of what's going on. That because of these energies that is occurring in the collective, that there is this intense vibration of the collective fear connected to the survival base sacral, and aspects of the solar plexus. This is coming up and out so strongly in the collective. So that's why you might feel the overwhelm. And then that overwhelm triggers your frequency-specific consciousness that's held in the survival to what's happening in the collective. So it's like the energies in the collective occurs, and then you're triggered by what's happening in the collective, which then aligns with any of your fears around where you're at in life, what's going to happen, how is this going to play out, and so on. And so that's intensifying for you at the moment because of that collective, okay, the collective energy where many, many people are in the throes of survival. So in a way, it's really important because you are aware of the bigger picture of what's unfolding and what's shifting. And for many of you, you are holding incredible knowledge, wisdom, and light, just holding it and just doing the work you're doing on yourself and being aware is assisting the bigger picture and the collective. And just knowing what's happening, okay, it does assist the collective. Recognize that those fears that might be activated in you is also part of it, a lot of it, part of it is that collective fear. So when you move into that surrender, I don't know what's going to happen, and it's okay. I trust, but I don't know why and what. I'm trusting and what I have to trust about. I trust, and it's okay. When you do that, when you move into the light, when you, even for 5 minutes, you step away from the naysayers, from the tormentors within your thoughts. When you just step away and go, enough, I don't want to hear about this. I'm going to just step into that place, that energy of light, according to you. When you do that, what you're doing is you are part of the activation of the light coming in and finding a channel to be grounded here on earth. And in that short time, known to you or unbeknownst to you, you are that vessel and channel where the light comes in and grounds on the earth. Because this is what it means to hold space. But when those times or that space happens where you can move into the light and you are feeling good, boost yourself by reminding yourself, this is truth. This is truth. And this truth is grounding, is moving through me. For I am a powerful celestial being of light. I am divine. I've got this. I've always known about this time. This is really important. Whatever you want to say that affirms the lightness of your being. That is so important because it is the balance. It is alchemy. You're the alchemist. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. This is also really important. The energies we are in right now will take us on this very intense, will feel heavy wave. We are surfing these waves that are in at this time within us and on the external. Keep your energy fields clear. One of the things that I do to assist myself is I become really conscious of how I'm feeling. Sometimes when I eat something, when I'm watching something, that if I suddenly feel heavy or off center, then I know that what I've just eaten or or space I'm around is carrying a dense frequency, a dense vibration. That awareness keeps me out of the thoughts of feeling powerless. That's really important, is learning how to move through these times. Your dreams at this time is also very strong, very busy. You could have unusual, energetic, vibrational dreams, interesting experiences in your dreams because of the movement in the different spiritual realms, especially the astral realm. Support yourself by listening. This is one thing I do, by listening to vibrational frequency sounds and music. If you're not able to be near nature, just put in the background a beautiful video, a post of nature, of beautiful places. Just have that playing in the background. Bring that energy. I recently did one of just a beautiful drone footage of the Highlands in Scotland, and that energy was coming into my space. So just viewing that brought upliftment, which then activated feeling good, which then my being, my body absorbed, drank that in. So that's what's important at this time. What you feed, what you nourish your energy and your being, your body with. And that includes what you watch, what you listen to. Because your energy, your body, your being is going to drink that all in really quickly because of the shifting that's occurring in your cells, in your physical body. Remember, right now, it has to do with strong programs that was given to you, that you adopted, that came from your ancestors, the ancestral line. That's what's moving out of your being. And what you adopted, what you took on, that's now being cleared, is the energies that is connected connected to restriction, to obligation, to duty, to behaving a certain way, because that's what you do, whether it's family beliefs or cultural beliefs or spiritual beliefs. It's an energy, okay? It's an energy. There's no judgment. It's neither right or wrong. It's an energy that's being passed down. That's what's moving from your being. Again, in the base, sacral, and solar plexus. Thank you, everybody. It's wonderful to connect again and share this information with you. Speak to you again very soon. Thank you. Bye.